So let it be written. So let it be done.
Now, folks, as you know, October the 7th, and if you don't know, I want you to know this, Plume was registered with the SEC as a transfer agent. This accelerates their mission to bring trillion-dollar U.S. securities market on chain. It's their first step in working with the SEC to build fully compliant tokenized markets. SEC approval. Now, with that approval, here's the accounting and legal clarity. I do this part. Let me look at you right in your face, because I create these visuals because I'm a visual person. We can say this all day long. Plume got this and Ethereum did that, but I like to see it. You know, I like to write it down. I like to be able to go back. So I encourage you to look at this and go back and understand what we got here. So in August of 2025, the SEC clarified that the LSTs are not securities. That removes a big legal risk for them. So that's why Plume is acquiring Denaro. Accounting boards are moving toward fair value treatment for crypto. No more harsh write-down rules, making it much easier for companies to hold assets like LSTs on their balance sheets. The ecosystem synergies. Plume already works on tokenized assets, real estate, bonds, etc. Adding LSTs equals yield. That's money on top of your money, liquidity, and collateral for markets. So we see what we got going on here, folks. This is huge. Now, a few things that you should know. One, they've been talking about that. They meaning other companies. Check this out. Beluga is a trading platform of people to show you how to trade. One of their most bullish their most bullish picks in altcoins was Plume. A new RWA chain. Yesterday announcement with SEC Gov confirmed their approval as a registered transfer agent. Translation: Plume can now help companies go public cheaper, faster on chain. And that, what else they say? Well, here's what else they said. Beluga said Plume is one of the few blockchains in the world with the SEC approval. The news caused the token's price to jump in a matter of minutes. Could this set off a ripple effect where Plume becomes the global benchmark for regulated RWA infrastructure? It goes on to say, from BlackRock to Fidelity, asset manager looking for compliant rails to bring dollars. The acceleration of RWA space promises to bring trillion-dollar markets on chain. Now, Plume is one of the few platforms that can credibly take the steps in that direction. And last but not least, what did Beluga say? You might not even know who Beluga is, but let me tell you what they said anyway. This is what they said. They said, it's no wonder we've increased our position in the token already. Follow Plume Network here. Our public trading wallet can be viewed. Now, I'm going to show you what they did. And I'm showing you this not because I really invested about how people's buying habits are. I don't need someone to confirm whether I'm going to get into a project. I look at research and I decide after I've done my research whether or not it's something that I want to hold in my portfolio. It all has a risk. It all has a risk. So I don't think about that so much, but I think that some of you may like to see what other people are doing. So let's take a look at what Beluga did in their trade. According to them, they have $152,822 that they like to show you in their trading account. Here you can see they have Ethereum, Bitcoin, they got Arbitrum, Optimism, they got Curve, Aave, and Plume. Currently, at the time you see this, I got it in bold at the bottom. They have about a total value of 10,423. It's less than that today because the market's down. And Plume is 6.82% of the portfolio. I put it here too so you can see it as well. It shows that their starting balance in this trading account was $100,000. It's currently valued at the time in which this was done $152,822. And right here, at the time in which this was captured, Plume was at 11 cents. Now, at the time in which we're doing this video, then Plume is probably around 8 cents, maybe even hitting the upper 7 cents. The crypto market had about $150 billion removed from it after announcements of a potential tariffs on China by the U.S. president. So that is why it's down. But let's talk about this part here because I think it's important. Now, before it was called Denaro, I want you to know Underdog Researcher found out it's called Butterfly, ticker symbol BTRFLY. So if you want to see what the project was doing prior to the Plume acquisition, then make sure you look at this ticker symbol, go on CoinMarketCap BTRFLY, so you can see about the project. It's important that we don't only look at positive things. You want to see the ups and downs. If you see something that you don't like, research that. Find out why it went down. Is it just the market went down? Did someone leave? What happened? Because it tells you a story, but you want to see a complete picture. Also, let's go into this. This is what I want you to see. This is what I told you in the Connected series. Plume and Elixir launched first institutional rails into RWAs using tokenized real world assets from BlackRock and Hampton Lane. This is what you find out. If you want to get a taste of some of that, then you have to go through Plume's product called Nest. And Elixir is another company that went together and partnered with Plume, and they are connected to Securitize, and they are connected to the BlackRock BUILD and Hampton Lane Scope product, which is in my Connected series. Now, the reason that's important is because you are not an institutional investor. So if you like what you're seeing here, you like how they're doing business, and you're like, I want to get yield too, like these big boys do, then I suggest you go check out Nest and see if there's a product in your region that you can use, that you can get money back from. But I can't tell you what to do. So I'm going to just tell you, I've looked at it. And there's some different products, about 8 different nests that you can look at. Now, BlackRock said this. They have Hampton Lane and BlackRock, and they have the Build product and Scope. Scope is the Hampton Lane product, and BlackRock has Build. You can access that, as I said, by going to Nest through Plume. You'll get either PUSD or you'll get DEUSD. These are both stable coins, so they don't have to worry about the price they're changing on you. And as long as stable coins hold up, then they're still pegged 1-for-1 with the dollar. The difference is you can stake, you can do a lot of different things. They have ETF vaults. You put your money there. There's different risk, there's different benefits, and you can get yield back by the performance of those 7 projects in Build or the performance of Scope product. All this gives you exposure to institutional money, and that's what you want to have. Now, I want to bring this up to you because this is important. January 29th, 2025, Plume Network integrates with RWAs to enable live real-world asset transparency. Now, Nest is that way that Plume can help you, because you can connect through Nest to things like Blackstone, BlackRock, Credit Bull, PIMCO, and more. And that is the whole point, to have a product that you can use right now as a retail investor. We got to separate the two. That could be to your benefit. Now, that is my update on Plume. I gave you a lot, but I hope you liked what you heard, because that is exactly what you need to know. You need to put yourself in a position to win. And by doing so, you can help yourself by seeing the tree within that big old forest. Now, let me give you these 2 quick announcements. First, I want you to know that I've been doing a series for 4 months, but now I am using SwiftCoin as an example. The series I call Zero Knowledge Wealth, Crypto's Privacy Fortune. Here we go again, folks. It's 2025. You need to hear this. I told you in 2024 what would happen, and it happened. I'm not predicting the future. I'm simply showing you researchable information. I may not always get it right, but I can't say I'm getting it wrong either. This is the information available, and I do it better than anybody else in that. And I want you to be able to leverage it to your benefit. So in this, we recently had a conversation, and that conversation that I had, I'm telling people about, and that is here. I have a mini series called the Connected mini series, and in it is Zero Knowledge Profits. And in this, you can find through an example using SwiftCoin how billions of dollars is being transferred through, and understanding how this technology called ZK or ZKPs, zero knowledge proofs, are literally the indicators that can help you tell where the money is going next. Now, that's the point. Don't chase cryptocurrencies. Don't chase technical analysis. Stop. Take a breath. While everybody else is out there running and looking for the next big thing, Underdog is showing you right here. Privacy, security, no more data breaches is the oil that the motor needs. So if you have a hinge, how much is it more valuable than the door? The door are the cryptocurrencies, folks. The hinge is what holds the door to the whole ecosystem. But I'm not even talking about the hinge. I am talking about the oil that the hinge needs in order for the door to be secured. ZK proofs give you or the company the ability to verify information without disclosing more information that needs to be disclosed. It's called zero knowledge, meaning that as long as they use the same ecosystem, you don't have to give up your social security number. You don't have to give up your driver's license. You don't have to give up your birth certificate. I know it's crazy to think about that, but you can verify information without giving up more than necessary. And how does that help the ecosystem? Because there can't be data breaches at the way that we've been so accustomed to if everyone doesn't have your information. That's the problem. Instead of trying to find patches of it, stop giving these big institutions your information. But how do you do so and stay regulatory compliant? That's what zero knowledge proofs does. This is a members only conversation I've made for you because I want the research analyst level members. Those are people on my platform who says, I think this is worth more than the 66 cents a day that it costs to be a member, $19.99 a month, I believe. If you believe that this can give you value more than 66 cents, you probably want to press the join button on my channel right now. Share this information, make a comment so I can fight the bots, and then go out there, look at my videos. The QR code is right there at the end normally or in the description, and you can join the members at the research analyst level, and you can get the exclusive series and more. That's all I got, folks. If there's nothing from me, I don't see any comments or concerns, then I hope that you enjoyed this update. I have more to come. And until next time, this has been the Underdog Research Channel. Plume acquired Denaro. Huge news. Take care.
The juices were burning.
Yeah.